Greeting, folks. I am so appreciative of the JFS team and for being part of this amazing work that we have accomplished together over the past year. I wanted to take some time today to reflect on the work that you have done, the achievements of 2024, and to look forward to 2025. This year was truly a remarkable year for JFS and all of our programming. Here are just a few highlights that reflect on the amazing work we've achieved together. We estimate that we've impacted 28,000 lives here in Western New York. Our career services team placed 564 individuals in jobs while also implementing the Refugee Social Services Program Award from New York State, a new funding program that provides comprehensive support and case management while also helping eligible participants become gainfully employed. Our family support team provided in-home visits to all newly arrived refugee families and conducted parenting groups across multiple languages for 93 families. Our refugee resettlement team across Niagara and Erie County had a record high for the organization. Did you know that JFS has been part of the federal refugee resettlement program since World War II? This year, we resettled 750 refugees and special immigrant holders from all over the world right here in Western New York. Our Jewish Community Services team impacted over 700 individuals in the Jewish community through direct services, specialized groups, and specialized programming. Super excited to be reporting to you today from our Niagara Falls office that opened on 3rd Street this year. Only in its second year of official programming, with a new staff, they were able to resettle 198 refugees. Our coordinated entry program was finally able to start working after nearly a year and a half of negotiations to find a sustainable approach to supporting asylum seekers who often suffer as second-class citizens in our community due to the barriers of integration caused by their immigration status. Over this past holiday week, I want to give a special shout out to the team that moved over 200 people into safe, warm, clean, temporary housing as they actively work to find more permanent housing. Our behavioral health team provided supportive, professional counseling services to 450 individuals. Our Refugee and Immigrant Center for Healing helped over 1,000 individuals and expanded both our trauma systems therapy program and our psychosupport services here in Erie County. And finally, behind all of this great programmatic work, I want to recognize the backbone of the organization, the administrative team that makes it possible for all of us and all of you to do the great work of this organization. Finance, human resource, impact and outcomes, and the front-end operations that make it possible for us to achieve our goals. I would sadly like to take a moment to also reflect on the loss of Darwin Newkirk from the JFS team. Darwin was one of our longest-standing staff at JFS. He was an expert at finding jobs and getting clients moving forward with their lives, and he will be sincerely missed. Looking ahead, we know that with the new administration, there will be changes in programming and funding that will impact Jewish family services. We don't know what that looks like at this time. We do know that the rhetoric of the presidential campaign painted much of the work that we do with refugees and immigrants in a very negative light, and leads us to believe that these programs will most likely be impacted under the new administration. In light of this uncertainty, we have prepared and the board has approved an extremely conservative annual budget with some projected program adjustments that will occur over the course of the year. Our focus on our budget was maintaining our staff and administrative structure so that we can continue to provide critical services to those in need in Western New York. This means that as we bring in new programming, we may ask people to consider moving into new positions. If we know that a position may be eliminated over the course of a year because of programming and funding changes, we will strive to let people know well in advance so they can take advantage of our new internal posting system and consider moving to a new position. A conservative budget also means that we will not be providing an annual 2% increase to our current staff. As you may know, in the past, We have given a 2 or 3% increase annually across the board to staff. This year, in light of the uncertainty, we have decided it is best not to provide that annual increase. We made this decision with a lot of hesitation, but the reality is, in order to do a 2% increase across the board to staff, we would have needed to eliminate 6 positions from the budget. That means we would have needed to eliminate 6 of your coworkers from the budget. I believe those 6 positions, those 6 coworkers, are far more valuable to us as an organization than an individual 2% increase. As we look ahead to 2025 and bring an amazing 2024 to a close, we have a very busy quarter ahead of us with lots of rocks to be achieved. If you're not familiar with the term rocks, it comes with a new entrepreneurial operating system, or EOS system, that the agency is implementing. EOS is a means of managing our meetings and holding ourselves accountable to our values and goals as an organization. If you haven't learned about EOS yet, you will be hearing about it and learning about it in the next quarter. We have some big, audacious goals as an organization for the next 10 years, even with the uncertainty that lies ahead. At JFS, we believe that better is possible through high-impact programs that solve complex challenges. Our 10-year target is to create replicable solutions that support a positive feedback loop between individuals and community with an impact range of 100,000 people annually. So what does an impact range mean? For us, that means those we serve directly and their households who are positively impacted by the work we do. So for every person we serve directly, we count their household in the number of people impacted. We will do this work practicing our core values of being person-centered, culturally responsive, resolute, and being a mensch. With our 10-year goal in mind, we are starting our strategic planning process. We'll be entering phase 1 of strategic planning, which looks at changes that we want to make to grow our existing programs and challenge ourselves in new areas. We'll also be working with the board of directors and division heads and the executive leadership team over the next month to start having conversations and brainstorming sessions. Part of our goal is to explore 3 new program lines or program areas that we may want to bring into Jewish Family Services as permanent programming. We'll take a good portion of the year to evaluate the possibility of moving forward in these program lines and figuring out how to best bring them online to support our community. Strategic planning is a critical step to ensure that our organization is adept and capable of handling external challenges that come our way. We can't predict the future, but we do know that we are a diverse organization with the capacity to grow and change and flex to meet the needs of our community. We will put these strengths to work over the course of the upcoming year and as we grow as an organization. Finally, as we wrap up 2024 and move into 2025, I would be remiss if I didn't take the time to reinforce with everyone that you also need to practice self-care and take care of yourself in the new year. Take your time off. Use your PTO. Turn your emails off after hours. And remember to be present with your family and loved ones. This is hard work that we do, and you deserve the space to take care of yourself. Thank you again for being part of this amazing organization in 2024 and for all that you have achieved. I could not be more proud to be part of the JFS family. Happy New Year's from the Jewish Family Services Board of Directors, the executive team, and myself. May the new year bring you joy, peace, and abundance.